Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, which we're witnessing right now. One of the ships bringing in oil into New Orleans, the brand new industrial industry that we expanded upon in our most recent episodes, where we are now creating more fuel than ever, which is going to feed and fuel a bunch of the new cities that we recently got connected. Now, we kind of split the demands. We had the 3 offshore oil wells. 2 of them, well, all 3 of them went to Houston. We now only have 2 of them going there. This 3rd one here, we kind of redirected over to New Orleans, which kind of takes the oil, well, the crude oil into oil, the oil into fuel, and then we take the fuel all the way back over to here, which at the moment we're only still feeding or fueling the same cities that we had before. So even though we've doubled the production, the demand stays the same, which is why we're going to get it all hooked up to our brand new cities. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we did get set up, yeah, this line going out right now, a line going directly to Oklahoma. Now, apart from Oklahoma, which is a brand new city that requires fuel, we also have Minneapolis all the way at the top that requires fuel. We have Bozeman all the way over here as well. And then we got a couple of cities that are not connected currently. We got El Paso, and I believe we've got down here Cabo San Lucas. All these cities will eventually get their fuel, but at the same time getting their fuel, I want to feed them the food. Now, those cities at the top, for example, Minneapolis, Bozeman, and Oklahoma, they all need fuel and they all need food. So we're going to try and feed those 3 cities everything that they currently need right now to get them all up and running and expanding. Now, great thing is, we have an unused food plant just here in Oklahoma City. I was thinking about using this one over here as well to maybe feed Minneapolis, but I realized on the consumer list, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities coming from this plant right now. So I think it's best that we work with a new one. So it's going to be very, very exciting. A few other things that I kind of want to do as well. I want to try and feed these guys with a bit more oil. Last episode, someone said, Cynic, why don't you use all the oil wells around us over here near Austin and San Antonio? There's actually 4 of them. Now, what I could do, because currently we have this one here, which has quite a bit, but that number is slowly decreasing. And we've got the one just here as well, which has nothing. This ship doesn't come often enough. We can utilize one of these to there and the other one to over here, obviously. And then these 2 could feed this oil refinery, which we can then drop them between the 2 fuel refineries. Right, there's a lot going on right now, but it's only as good as the demand. That's what we've got to kind of remember. So guys, if you are enjoying this, please smash that like button down below. And if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, we've got a lot of work to do, and I want to try and make this whole run here a little bit more efficient, because I feel like we're throwing on too many trains, and it's going to get backlogged before we know it. So before we go down that road then, we currently have, obviously, the one line right now being utilized and going to Oklahoma. We're going to create another new line. Bam. And this is going to go directly all the way up to Bozeman. There we go. And then another new line that's going to go from Minneapolis all the way down to here as well. Which, that's sharing a line. Let me switch this up right now. It will be line 3. Yep, there we go. So the 3 additional lines that we did create are now being utilized. And we can now throw trains on. So for the first time ever, we can get fuel going to all 3 cities. Now, normally, because they all require the same other need, which is food, you would normally try and get both of them on the same train, but because one's fuel and one's food and they don't share the same carriage, I rather just take full train of each one by one. But something else as well, if I go to my routes right now, the this route here, actually, can I select it where I can only see it on its own? It should be line 4. Currently, it has to go from Houston. This is the line that goes to Bozeman, by the way. Goes to Houston, goes all the way around, goes all the way up to here, to come all the way down, to go all the way across, to go all the way down and around and up again, and bam, 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 and all the way up. It has to go on that crazy journey, all because we don't have a right turn just here. That's crazy, isn't it? It really is. Right, let's implement this first. So if I go from about here and swing that in. Do you reckon that's close enough? Oh, that's glorious. Right, let me get it just to there because I can't quite see where this is meant to snap into. There we go. So that now has taken a huge shortcut to what it was originally meant to be. And is now all up and running. Well, let's sort these signals out now then. So we don't need a signal there, nor do we need one there. And on this side, we don't need that one there, nor do we need that one there. We're just setting these up a little bit better. And we don't need this one just here. So now let's get the new signals onto this. So obviously we're going to need one as it goes this way. That one will be fine just there anyway. You need one for it coming that way. And then when you get to there, you got that one there. I'll throw in one just here and then one just here to stop the crissy crossies. And I reckon that should be it. Now, coming off this, is there any other routes that now use that new bend? Let's find out. No, not yet. Okay, glorious. So let's get the 2 new trains then, feeding fuel to these 2 new cities, which would then increase the demand. Now, the fuel over here is being supplied by the Houston and the New Orleans fuel refineries. So the demand for those will increase. You can see from the consumers right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oklahoma is our latest one there. And then this one, consumers, 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't yet... Oh, wait, who are we not supplying? Oh, we're not supplying Houston. Which makes sense because the train stops there. Houston gets its own supply from here. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Sweet, 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 sweet. Okay, then, so we're going to buy the trains then. I can even buy them from over here. Yeah, that's probably the closest way to do it. Right, so electric, bam, cargo, we need oil. And I'll make these a 140 capacity and buy 2. And then if we need to add more onto them, we'll do it. If I need to take some away, we'll do it. We can fine tune it as we go along. So line 3 goes to Oklahoma. Line 4 is to Bozeman, which we'll get that one on. And then line 5 will be to Minneapolis. So they're now both on. And they will now be distributing the fuel directly to those cities. So hopefully into consumers, Bozeman's already getting a demand coming in. Whoa, look how... Okay, Bozeman's is higher than Minneapolis? I always felt like Bozeman was quite a small little place. It's kind of slightly out of the way and it's kind of limited to its growth, but... Whoa, it's got more demand already than Oklahoma City. Oh, no. I mean, that's a good thing, though, because it means it's going to put more pressure on our oil refineries to keep producing. This has not quite got its shipment. But this one over here is not even level 4 yet. So we got to level this one up a little bit more. So we've got the fuel now going out. We're going to try and make this a little bit more efficient in how things rock and roll. So how do I explain this then? So we have over here in New Orleans, we created our little bypass route in the last episode, which really, really works out and is really, really handy for us. But right now, we've got 2 trains that go to our oil refinery that have to interact or bypass or pretty much go through New Orleans. Now, one of them picks up the oil. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. One of them picks up the fuel here and then takes it and drops it off at Houston, Texas branch there, to be distributed between those 3 cities. So it has to kind of skedaddle out, go through Houston, go through New Orleans to get to there. The other one picks up the refined oil from this on this platform and goes here. Now I'm thinking, if I build a train station here, which is going to be quite difficult to do, build a tunnel, pass it all the way through, I can then get that little train that picks up there to go to there, to pick it up from here and drop off to there, hasn't got to interact with this station, and then that other big train that picks up the fuel to take it back to Houston can maybe turn off there and lead down into that and use the same line. Thus it takes 2 train lines off the New Orleans station, 2 less train lines that have to interact with the trains that are bypassing through, because I have noticed at some intervals it does get a little bit chaotic. Plus, dedicated routes mean I can get the goods delivered so much quicker. Let's see what happens. So we don't need the road. I'm going to try and get this kind of connected to here as easy as possible. If I push it over, there we go. And then we'll customize it. So it's not a big station, but I'm going to make it a big station right now. I've kind of put it like that. So I'm one connected to the actual building itself and not a train station. And I reckon that in length of platform is going to be perfect. We'll get all this hooked up right now. And then we'll get another platform as well. Because you can have the two lines, or then again, one of the lines is not even going to stop at this station. It's just going to completely bypass it. So we've got the line there anyway. We just need to upgrade the train track. Just there to high speed. Oh, these aren't even upgraded to high speed. Anywhere else not upgraded to high speed? Oh, this one over here. I mean, it doesn't really matter on the stations because we're not really doing high speed through them. We're slowing down in reality. So if that's there, then we've now got to try and get our track constructions of our little bridge, tunnel, sorry. And I've got to spin this right round, reduce the length. So that fits in there perfect. And then spin it around here. Right, what's the best approach? Get it more angled that way. So is it possible now then to get you connected all the way underground to here? Apparently so. What about going back? Okay, not so much. Oh, it's the tunnel. The tunnel's the issue. Right, I'll delete this just for now. And then get you connected back in. And then we're gonna get this all connected as well. Where's that little train? The little train's just there. Right, if I wait for it to make its way through. Okay, while we're waiting, we'll connect off here. So bringing this off. So I'm doing it completely after all of these shenanigans there, so it's even less junctions that we now connect to. Which makes life so much easier. So that's coming in. We'll pause and we'll now delete all of this. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. So this will go around and connect to there. This will connect to here. And do I need to do a criss? I don't know if I need to do a crisscross or not. I'll add one in. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm going to add one in anyway. No, we don't, because they're technically treated as end stations because it's two lines leading into it. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So on this then, if I could go to this, and it's the line 1. So manage this. Where this would have stayed or stopped here, I'm now getting it to delete the New Orleans line there, add a station just here. Right. But I want to change its platforms. So if you go on that one, on number 2. You're on number 2. And already it's redirecting the other route directly through because we've deleted the line. But if I manage this line and then put this one... I've flipped it around now, haven't I? So... line 1. I don't want it to use the crisscross. So it goes through there. And oh, then it uses that crisscross there. So maybe I do a crisscross just after. Well, if I do a crisscross just here. So it leads back out. Because the other train is not going to... You know, I don't even need that line there. Because that other train is not even going to use that. So I could actually delete. Just to there. Because the other train doesn't come down this way. Is it possible... Alright, get rid of these lines now. Is it possible to delete that rogue bit? Right, apparently not. Right, there we go. That should now work. Yes, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So that's the case then. Back into play mode. What I've now technically done... Oh, you're the one that was meant to go through that way. Yikes. So what... Is that leveling up? That's just leveled up as well. So what I've now technically done is taken 2 lines going through the New Orleans train station, which would have eased a huge burden of trains passing through. Look at how free that this now is. So that's glorious. It comes from there. Perfect. Now, the only downside is that fuel train still has to make its way through Houston at this point. It still has to do it. There's no ifs, no buts around it right now. I could, if I really wanted to completely bypass it so it pulls in. Because there is quite a few lines and trains that do go through here. Now, my only option there is... Well, I won't say it's my only option. I've got many options, but... If I reduce this down to there... Make this electric as well. Or high speed, sorry. And if it's possible to get this to... I think the best way to do it would be... tracks. If I go from here and bend this around... Track constructions, spin that right round. Because I can make it pop up there and then build an extra station platform just on this side. But then it would mean it will need to go underground around here somewhere. So tracks there. If I build this across. Right, delete that one because it might be a little bit too far. So this is all for the greater good. It's now going to go under Houston. Alright, bring that to there, because I've got ideas. You boys got ideas. So spin it right round. So from here, we've now just got to get it connected to there, which it does exactly what I want it to do. We then need to add an extra train line onto this. Come on, boy. Build. So this now has a dedicated route and doesn't have to interact with anybody else. This has become, all of a sudden, so perfect. But obviously the other thing is I got to get it then connected to all this. And that's going to be a pain in itself. Right, so where is this train then? This train in question, which is line 2. It's currently all the way over here. So that's now coming back down. It's going to go through Kansas, make its way all the way down. Stop into there. We're all good. Once it gets to here, I'll pause, delete all of this, build it to the new one, and then we're good to go. So while we're waiting for that to kind of make its way over here right now, the other problem I had was this number's getting lower and lower, so we're going to need more fuel coming in. So I can bring that from somewhere over here. But we had the same issue with this refinery as well. Is the fact that we don't get enough oil coming in. This ship is not frequent enough, but then again, it doesn't pick up enough. But as demands increase, so will everything else. So there is also going to be a way that I am going to want to bring in more oil. And it just needs to be dropped off here. Oh, we can make a third platform here. Oh, wait, hold on. This is going to change everything. If I built a third platform here for other oil to come in, my other problem is now then, I've got to, because this is now dedicated separate, I've got to bring something else in with us as well. Which is not a difficult thing to do. But I don't think I can build an additional... Oh no, I can. Are these at different levels? No. Right, tracks. So where that pops up, right, I'm going to make it go straight. What's the collision? And then track constructions. Where is it? Pause. Is that on it? Yeah. And then have that just gonna go into there. And it has a separate line that runs all the way down. And then this will feed this place with additional goods. Is that the train there that's coming in, by the way? What's he waiting for? Wait, hold on. That small train's on the wrong line. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Right, we now should be all good. So I'm going to assume, because this one was waiting, it is the one for this one, yeah. So I'll pause. No, actually, we're going to make it go a little bit further. Right, is it all the way in? Yeah. Right, delete all this. Oh, I think I deleted a little bit too much here. So these are dedicated routes, by the way. There to there. So no one's stopping these fools. Oh, that line, I've now got to change the Houston platform, don't I? So it becomes platform, the very last one, right? Yes. What's that secondary line? Oh, we made it back and forth then. I didn't really need to, did I? I don't know why I did that. I don't know why. Anyway, that's now got a dedicated route going in and out. Which is perfect. Which I can now feed the oil industries more oil. And try and get these leveling up a little bit more. To produce more fuel. This has got 55 there waiting. The train's just stopped off. It can carry 60. So I think that's getting to the point right now where I need to add an extra carriage or two on. But look at that. 0. I need more oil coming in. So this is where this is all going to take place. So we'll do this one to New Orleans and this one to Houston. Because this one's slightly further away. We'll make more money than we would on this one. So track construction. No, buildings. And high speed. We'll go the full length. The full shebang. Just there. And then we'll do the same for this one as well. Now this one's just going to be a straight connection. Oh no, this will be a connection going directly into this, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Right, anyway. Train tracks. This, however it wants to connect, I'll let it do what it's got to do. It wants to do a bridge. I feel that's a bit crazy. So we'll go like that. That's crazy how he wants to do a bridge. Why? Now he wants to cut in. Make your mind up. Make your mind up what you want to do. Right, new line. There to here. Completely bypasses for... Oh, this is amazing. The only downside is I don't have the ability to get a train onto these tracks right now. Now, to bring more fuel into here... Actually, that's got 700. I'll wait to see what demands we get after. And I'll see if that number keeps going down. But the possibility is there. Now, how am I going to get that? Do you know what I could just simply do? Just sort out. Real quick. Let's make it easy for us. There we go. So new train, electric, bam, cargo. We'll go 200 capacity. You never know how much demand we're going to have on this. And throw this on my new route, which is at this point line 6. And that will do its magic. So that will keep feeding that. So in reality, we've got 2 oil wells going to there. We've got 1 plus 2 going to New Orleans. It then should be pretty even. And we'll just give it time to see what now happens. We've taken a lot of train lines and train tracks off this New Orleans. So hopefully it becomes a little bit more efficient. That's what we're hoping for. Less trains now going through Houston as well, which is a big deal. Why have we got so much? What's this for here? Miami. Oh, the train from Miami is just coming in, right? Is this the Miami train? No, this is the all to Houston. Where's the Miami train? Ah, here it is. It's on the way now. Okay, perfect. Perfect timing. Right, that's glorious then. So we're now feeding those 3 new cities via fuel. We'll see if I need to add any more onto the trains that are currently doing it as time goes on. But these 3 cities also need food. Now, to increase their demands of what they get, we need to give them food so they can grow, to increase their fuel demands and food demands and so on and so on and so on. And we have the food plant just here in Oklahoma. So in reality, what we now want to do is get the food plant here producing food, a line to feed Oklahoma, which will be via vehicle, and then 2 lines that will then feed Minneapolis and then Bozeman. Now, I will eventually feed all the other cities around, but because all the other cities require machines as well, you can do that in 1 train. So it'd be probably more likely I'd take then a line directly to the distribution center and get the distribution center to distribute to the other cities. But I'm focusing on my fuel cities to begin with. Now, last episode, what we did was we made sure that this train station touched the food plant. So if I add an extra platform on, I can utilize these 4 farms here. Now, obviously, I could utilize this one. It's really close, frequent deliveries. But because it's close, you won't earn that much money. So I'd rather utilize these farms here. Now, how can I do this? I'll do 2 separate routes that go to 2 farms. So I could go stop 1, picks up, drops off, picks up, drops off, and then repeats. Picks up, drops off, picks up, drops off. Now the distance, the time it takes between going from here, back up, back down, back up, back down to get back to there again, should be enough that it fills the platform off to have a filled train again and do the exact same going that way. That's what I'm assuming, but we shall see. We shall see. So we're going to need another line then. So it'll basically go like this. Train track. And then we need platform. And then we need train track. 2 new cargo routes. That's basically what we need to do. And we'll see how we get on. Right. Okay, so that's now all in position. Building wise, cargo stations, long, yes. All right, spin this round. Make sure it's connected to the road. There to there. Same on these sides. Do you know what? I haven't really checked if these are the right angles. Yeah, straight down, loop in. Straight down, loop in. Now, because there's only going to be 1 train on this, I don't need to do it like a double line system, back and forth signals. It's 1 train. So we'll be fine. We'll get away with this. This should be the easiest setup I've ever done. It should literally be the easiest setup I've ever done. So from there, I go in. I'm going to trust the process as well in regards for how the line's going to look. Yeah, we'll take it. This one might be a little bit funky. There we go. And there we go. So that was a little bit more funky, but we'll get away with it. So that's 2 individual lines. And how they're going to work is pick up there, drop off here. Pick up there, drop off here. And by the time it goes back, it's been long enough that there should be loads of wheat waiting or grain. Same with these. Pick up there, drop off there. Pick up there, drop off there. Perfect. Now we need to bring trains into here. And easiest way probably to do it would be to... Do I build my own? Let's build my own one here. Another one close by that we can really utilize. So bringing you into there. Up and in. But then we need to get this. If I did this... Wait, hold on. Can I do this? Look at that. We've managed to get both them lines connected to the main line to buy some trains. Oh, I feel like I've just glitched the system. Right, okay. Let's get these wagons up and running. So gondolas for the grain. And we'll go 140 capacity. Again, if I need to add more onto it, I can. This will now go on what will be known as line 7. And then, of course, line 8. I renamed all my lines last episode. And now I've got more unnamed lines. I can never win. I can never win, boys. Right, there we go. So give them time right now to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There should be wheat already now, yep, appearing on the stations. A no to these ones. Why? Okay, now there is. Now there is. That's a lot. That is a lot. It's a lot of farms to feed this one food plant that has no demand right now. It has 0 consumers. So we now need to kind of start creating some consumers for it so it starts producing. So to feed Oklahoma, we're going to do it by vehicle. So what we'll do, we'll lead down as close as we can. We'll kind of go quite far with this. Get you connected. Move that one that way. Right, okay. Building wise, a truck stop, super long in length. Bam. And we also need a vehicle depot as well. And then we'll set up another new... Oh, no, wait. I need to do the drop-off point. So all the food is taking place here. So I'll drop you off. Yeah, I'll do it there. I'll do it there, boys. I'll do it there. So a new route. So from there to there. Very simple this is. And I think we'll buy 2 cargo vehicles. Just to be on the safe side. Which will be line 9. So that gives this food plant its first consumer. Okay? Which already it's just produced its first bit of food. So now I've got to get 2 new train lines hooked up. So a new line. One going directly to Minneapolis. And another new line. One going directly to Bozeman. Now, we probably have to get Bozeman and Minneapolis set up with some additional train stations or train lines at the station so we can unload multiple vehicles at once. But because there's only one coming in so often, I don't see them crisscrossing that much yet. We shall see. But this is going to instantly throw so many more consumers onto the list. So we need to buy trains for them. Now, next question is, what were the where are they platforms are they choosing? So looks like we could maybe change up one of these for number 4 there. And that one's gonna have to use the inner one, which is not a problem. It's just not ideal, but it should still be okay. So buy the vehicles then. We need the electric trains again. And the wagons. So this time it's not grain. We need a boxcar because it's now been turned into food. And I'll give these guys a 140 capacity as well. We've got 2 of the other trains coming in. Why not let's go for 2 of these as well. So we got line 11. And then we should have line 10. So that puts on additional consumers now. So Bozeman, right, is interesting because in the fueling aspect of it... no, wrong one. Is it this one? Bozeman's the third most demanding city for fuel coming out of Houston. Is it the same when it comes to food? At this moment in time, no. Absolutely no. But at the same time, there's no demand for Minneapolis. Now, I'm wondering, is that because we don't technically touch anything food related? So it could be that I need to do a little bit of a vehicle loop here. Alright, spin these. Or is it easier to spin these this way? Yeah. And then we'll do a nice little loop right now. New line. Bam. Bam. And that will also distribute at the same time the fuel as well, because the same truck does it all, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, it's a short distance. I'll only do it on one. But that now makes Minneapolis a consumer of Oklahoma. Which now start to see those numbers now increase. Very good, very good. And we got to get this up to level 4 as well. So that will take some time as well. Now, Bozeman itself, where is the food industry? Is quite far away. Okay, there's no way in this world I'm going to get a connection up there. Can we do some Benskis? Just for the funsies. Rather than have them drive all the way around. That's crazy, the elevation change. Shame you can't do it, isn't it? It is a shame you can't do it. Even on an angle, it's not possible. No, I ain't going to force it. But I feel like this could... Oh, I don't know if it needs to come the same, but the industry is a little bit far away. Whoa. It is, isn't it? It's awkwardly built, Bozeman. It really is awkwardly built. Let me see if I can do some smoothing. I mean, you never know what you're going to get out of the smoothing. I mean, it will aid the city growth, obviously. But I think that's as much as you're going to get out of it. There's aiding city growth. It's not really going to change anything for road networks. Way too high. Now, this is interesting. Because that's allowed me to do exactly what I want to do. Right, to get that connection up. Not saying that's going to have solved anything. But I'm just thinking of the ability to kind of free flow them a little bit better. But that's as good as you're going to get it. But if I place then that here, I got a better surrounding for the food being dropped off if I'm using, you know, this vehicle stuff. Oh, it's so difficult, isn't it? Right, let me bring this street down here. Spin right round. I'll put it back into play mode anyway. So we'll have one vehicle doing the rounds. And it's just to create connectivity. That's literally all it's there to do. So we're not only encourage the growth of the city, but to distribute the goods a little bit more evenly to create demands elsewhere. So Bozeman now might become a little bit more demanding for food. It's now to 15. It could surpass Minneapolis. You just never know. You never know. Now, eventually we'll then set up a route that goes and takes to the distribution center, so we got more food delivered to the West Coast cities. But yeah, interesting. This has all gone very, very well. Right, those numbers were 700. They're now 600. But obviously, there's another boat on the way shortly. Over here, plenty of fuel being delivered. We're now level 2 on the way to level 3, hopefully at some point. This is leveling up, so it will produce more oil. So I think we've got a nice little balance on the go now. We have got a nice little balance underway. Train traffic is not too bad in Houston. It's not too bad in New Orleans. Trains are coming in and out. So I think what we've done has made a huge impact. I think maybe we can be quite happy about that. So, oh, we're now leveling up here as well, which is perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Minneapolis is yet to have any food being delivered. So I'm sure they'll get it at some point. How's Bozeman? You had any food delivered? Not yet. Not yet. Has the chart started to grow your city? Yes, since you got the fuel here, we've seen some rapid growth spurts. It's just awkward, isn't it, where it's placed? It really is. You can't blame them, though. You can't blame them. Right, waiting to level up still. Come on, you fools, level up. Produce more food. Once it levels up, it will then need more demands. And that's how we make more money. Right, anyway. Everything's all going swimmingly down here. So if that number dwindles, we've got this oil well over here we can utilize. This is getting plenty of oil coming in. So is this one. Now we're leveled up. So we just got with those shipment numbers to keep increasing. There's always enough oil on the platform by the looks of it. We've leveled up. We've leveled up. So with all these new lines in, have we seen much of like a profit increase or an income increase? You could argue, yeah, we have recently, but it's kind of dropped down a bit as we kind of now starting to fine tune it a little bit more. That's down to 400, but like a ship of 300's on the way. I'm quite impressed with how much we've already implemented. This needs more food. What's going on here? Can these farms put more on the table? Again, it just takes time because you've got to get your shipment levels up. That's all you got to do. You just got to play the waiting game. Only 24. Like I said, there's not really that much of a demand right now. Just got to keep waiting. But 2 trains are on their way in anyway. So that's all good. So, Bozeman, have you had food yet? You've still not had any food. What's going on? Keep pressing the wrong one. The train is on the way. I think it has had food. It just takes so long for the food to get here. Like they've ate it all before it even can do anything with it. But yeah, city is growing through the roof right now. Minneapolis, are you feeling the same? So you have had a food delivery, which is good to see. Your charts, you're now growing as well. Right, perfect. And Oklahoma, you're obviously my other new city. Huge. We've doubled this. We're about to triple the city size already. It was at 100. Once it gets to 300, we tripled the city size before we started doing anything here. Damn, that's crazy, isn't it? That really is crazy. So another train coming in. Another one's on the way down. Drop off the foods. Increase those demands. That's all you can pretty much do at this point. It's all you can pretty much do at this point. Everything else is now just waiting for everything to all level up. Waiting for those shipment numbers to increase. Takes a while, but we will get there. We will get there. So the most demanding consumer right now is Houston for the Houston one. Then Bermuda, then Bozeman, Minneapolis. And then for the other one in New Orleans, Minneapolis is the highest one. So Minneapolis is a greedy boy right now when it comes to this New Orleans oil. It's pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see. But I think we'll end it for here anyway, guys. We've still got a lot of work to do on these lines, and we need a lot more time to pass by so we can truly see the revenue that we got coming in. We're still making big chunks of profit, which is really good to see. But it will take more time. Bozeman's finally got its food. Yay. Let's go, Bozeman. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Right, we're getting more food over. Leveling up for a second time, so it's all pushing in the right direction. The trains, they're delivering the wheat. It's 40 on that one as well, so we're starting to see bigger numbers now. We are starting to see bigger numbers. We just need a little bit more of a bigger demand. Because consumer-wise, that's the demand. So it's not really going to produce much from the actual farms themselves. Well, anyway, for here, guys. Hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.